this. Hello everyone. Welcome to a Wednesday Live. It is Wednesday, right? I think so. Hey, Navy Thunder, can you come here? Can you come here and tell everybody hi? Navy, come hither, child. Come say hi. At least you're wishing for a hot pocket. Also, I saw your, when you had Maury and other daytime talk shows as an adult, you have Dusty Thunder snuggled up on the couch ready for your stories. Heck yeah. I'm glad I could be your Maury Popich. I'm glad. I wanted to, before we lose her, bring this munchkin on.
I don't think she's gonna be.
Aw, here, we'll bring.
There she is.
There's the baby girl.
I want to see the hug.
You want me to hold you? Can I do that? Oh. Ladies and gents,
Okay,
you get a Navy hello.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. Say hello. Mwah.
Can you look at
Hey, remember what I taught you to say earlier this morning? No way, bro. Can you say it?
I don't
You don't want to? Okay. Okay. No way, bro. Is that a picture of you and Mama?
Are you a princess? Yeah. Are you a princess every day?
You want to listen to the music? Here. Listen. And you can dance with me. Yeah, we're dancing.
Can we do it?
Can Mommy dance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want Mommy to dance too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's both dance.
You booger. Oh, you're looking at yourself on screen. Oh,
What?
I get
If
it.
you look right there,
That's the camera right there.
Can we take a pic?
Can we take a picture?
What do
Yeah.
you do when you see a camera? What do you say? Cheese.
Cheese. What's that?
What is that? Is that Navy?
Yeah.
And yep. Actually, that's KK.
Yeah, it looks like this.
All right, give me loves. I'm gonna get our show started, okay? You can come back and say hi before you go, okay?
I want to say hi again.
Say hi. Look right there and say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Where is everyone?
Where is everybody? They're all right here. Look. See? This is chat.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
There you go. Okay. And see Mommy.
We'll come back in just a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gents, welcome to a Wednesday Live. Yeah, we had to start off with Navy Thunder, right? Who is so fickle. She's like, I don't want to come on. And then she's like, I don't want to leave. I want to take another picture. Well, that's sort of what we're doing. Sort of what we're doing. Radiant Decay, first live in your new home. Congratulations. That is awesome. Tina, she's the perfect mix of both of us. Her dusty extroverted side is coming out today. Sometimes. So, yeah, she is getting braver and more talkative. Whenever I think school has been a big help for that. Hey, Tony Spark throwing some bolts at us here. Kelsa Frosted Flakes, Kayla, Fallen Devil 04, Janine Benham, Mary, Candy CLKB, Quiet Knitter, Jerry Hill, Amaldine Shepard, Ms. Helene, Karen Shaper Cutter, Dylan Sprague, Real Brawlden, Housewife World, Carol Jaworski, Justina. We've got Amaldine Shepard and Fane. Thanks so much for the love. We do have a goal of 4K bolts to get Candy Thunder up here to get us started. Sergeant Mac on the QAD, full-size, pumpkin-shaped Reese's Cups. Full size. Wait. Milk chocolate or white chocolate? Which apparently there's some kind of shortage on white chocolate because you can't find the white chocolate Reese's anywhere right now. Sergeant Mac, milk chocolate, that's good. You're okay then. You're okay. Now, everything's about to be really hard to get here in the States with our ports shutting down. Hey, Tazza Girl, Dark Angel, Wendy Taylor, Julia Stewart, Real Broad in the Housewife World again there. Mama Says So, Dark Angel, Wonder Woman, Real Broad again, Mama B. Thanks for the love. Rebecca, you've never seen Navy Thunder before? She's a doll. She's a doll. Hey, notice, ladies and gents, we have a share goal today. I went ahead and put the bar up there, Tony Spark. I just left the likes one too. Got them both. We got both a shares goal and a likes goal going on here. Overkill Mill drop at 373. Bolts, Kylie Kennedy, Mama B, Candy Thunder, Dark Angel. Mama says so. Overkill Mill again there. Hey, Prep Girl dropping the $2. On the YouTube side is the orange for pumpkin season. Oh, this? It's yellow. I mean, it's like a yellowy orange, but I was like, where's orange? I'm so confused. Yoko dropping the $2 says, don't forget to like and share, guys, for the YouTube side. Thanks so much for that. Hey, Lily, Amaldine Shepherd, thanks for the shares. Jordan, Kayla, Mama Kitty. Kayla, again there, Lily, with all the shares. There are a lot of supplies in warehouses and cold storage. Don't panic buy, for sure. Last thing we need to do is start a panic spree, and then nobody can find friggin' toilet paper. We're not going through that again. I'm not going through 3 months of wiping with my bare hand again. That never happened. I'm just kidding. Hey, Holly Elizabeth, Miss Aline, Julia Stewart, Mama B, Candy CLKB, Kristen Museum Girl, thanks so much for the love. Dark Angel, Mama B, thanks for the shares. Peppermint Witch, you as well. Yoko looks orange from your side. It's probably just my coloring. Fizzy Sour Rainbow Laces. Ooh. Does the background go orange? It could. I have a yellow setting. If we do ask on 3, it goes yellow. Use the sleeping bag. There you go. Wheaton Mom, TP. Wheaton Mom, TP is not imported. I almost asked this question earlier when it came up in conversation. People are already panic buying. At least Walmart is out of everything. Good gravy. Well, time to get a bidet, I guess. Rebecca, don't have a Reddit account. Is there anywhere else I can possibly submit a story to possibly be on a live? Yeah, you can submit it at dusty-thunder.com. There's a submit your story function to us. However, I would highly recommend creating a burner Reddit account. Mama Kitty, you just won 1K. Hey-o. The Lost says, everybody, please pray for my neighbor Bob. Who just got arrested for growing weed. The Lost? Is this legit? Because that's unfortunate. The Funny Farm, Taylor, Chrissy Joe, Addie, Nicole, Funny Farm again there, Holly Elizabeth, Miss Aline, Julia Stewart, thanks so much for the love. We did just start Joyce. We did. TP paper towels, bananas are sold out in New Jersey. What? Bananas? The QOD was almost, would you eat a bruised banana? Because we discovered today that Tony Spark will absolutely will not touch a bruised banana.
First off, let me be clear on this. I still ate the banana. I just trimmed off the bruised part of the banana. I didn't throw the whole banana out. I just trimmed off the little brown mushy part. Why would I not do that?
You so bougie. It was barely bruised. Yeah, it really was. It was barely bruised.
Just off about that much of it.
Just giving him so much shit. Hey, Jen here, Chris Museum Girl, Sophia, Funny Farm, Taylor, Chrissy Joe, Eddie, Nicole, thanks so much for the love. Yeah, that's when you make banana bread, Holmes. Bruised doesn't mean rotten, Tony.
You want
Sorry.
You want some mushy? Go for it.
Your banana's bruised almost as easily as your ego. I'm just giving you shit. See, Michelle Heather says nope to eating a bruised banana. I wouldn't touch it either. There's a lot of people who think like that. I just like giving you shit. That's all. That is all. We're talking about favorite Halloween candy. Today is the QOD. Candy Thunder? Candy Thunder, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
I like the white chocolate.
White chocolate Reese's Pumpkins?
And Kit Kats.
And Kit Kats. Oh, white chocolate Kit Kats. The Witch's Brew ones you really like. It's like white chocolate and green chocolate, though.
Yeah. You know, it has marshmallow.
Oh, yeah, it's like a marshmallow cream. Tony Spark, favorite Halloween candy?
The Reese's pumpkin shapes.
Just the milk chocolate one? Okay, Sergeant Mac is with you there. Caden Thunder? Favorite Halloween candy?
Gummy worm eggs.
Gummy worm eggs. Navy Thunder. What's your favorite Halloween candy, baby? Oh, you do like M&Ms. She likes when we go to Ava Thunder's football games, which are Monday nights. Navy wants me every time to get a bag of popcorn and then get M&Ms and dump the M&Ms in the popcorn and shake it up, which I showed her. The first time we did this, I showed her and I'm like, look, we can do this. And then you can have popcorn with M&Ms in it. It's amazing. However, now she wants me to dump them in there, shake it up, and then pick the M&Ms out and hand them to her. Like, you like salty M&Ms. Okay. Hey, Ellen running hard at shares here too. We've got Cosgelity Shacks. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Angel, she has good taste. Yeah, there you go. With the shares there too, thanks so much. We are running at those shares. The shares are already at 62%. You guys are rocking and rolling. At least it's the best combo. It really is good. I'm not going to lie. However, I like to eat the handful of popcorn and M&Ms at the same time. Hey, Dark Angel and Candy Thunder, Doodles Dragon with the shares there as well. Jessica Kearns, Bree sharing there too. Thanks so much for that. Let's rock and roll. Coming up, we have stories about wearing wedding dresses to other people's weddings, siding with mom over your wife, disagreements over borrowing a car, giving away birthday gifts, unhelpful dinner guests, wedding invites gone wrong, and of course, spicy stories, a spicy mother-in-law story, and a cake story. Hey, let's rock and roll. First goal, of course, is 4K on the TikTok side to get Candy Thunder up here, and wait. Tony Spark, is this right, or is this the same thing we saw last week? And double story updates on the TikTok side and a $30 super goal on the YouTube side for a shirt change. We have a $30 super goal on the YouTube side for a shirt change to get us going. So Tony is just duplicating a document from like a month ago and not changing anything as we move forward.
I read that paragraph 3 times today to make sure I took that out of it. Oh, I wasn't taking it out. My brain does not want to see it. My brain just skips it.
We also have a new challenge today to get 200 shares on the TikTok side. Yeah, we're at 103% now. Let's go for 400. Double that. Come on. We can do this. Let's see what happens here. Well, we are going to shoot a confetti cannon as soon as we hit, which we've already hit it. So we'll shoot a confetti cannon here shortly because y'all just rock and rolled here and done did it. We will have gift goals on TikTok and we'll have super goals on the YouTube side. They're both different like we've been doing. So the first one on the YouTube side is for a shirt change. Then we'll have AMA and confetti on the YouTube side, then a shirt change and a shark head. So we'll be rolling through some different stuff there. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side to stay up to date on the latest content. Subscribing on the YouTube side is free. You're going to get all kinds of stuff there that you won't see here, like the full podcast with Caden Thunder, which posted this most recent Sunday, and it is hilarious. Yeah. It is gosh heckin' funny. Was that cool, Navy?
Did you see that? You can go get some.
You want some confetti? Yeah, so on the YouTube side, definitely go check that out. The podcast with Caden Thunder, if you haven't seen it yet, is out, and it is freaking hilarious. There are many isms that came out of that will probably show up again here. Confetti already. Yeah, you guys already hit the shares goal on the TikTok side. It's wild. Speaking of Caden Thunder, next Wednesday's live happens to be Caden Thunder's birthday. So we're going to be celebrating his birthday next week on the live. You definitely don't want to miss that. We are all also going to be doing this today. Wheel of Thunder! Wheel of Thunder is happening in the VIP today. So if you aren't a member of either the Thunder Crew on the YouTube side or the Storm as a VIP on the TikTok side, today's a great day to do it. At least confetti cannons. Yeah, it's got to be homecoming. By the way, am I allowed to say this? About AWE?
Oh, just you need to say that she got flowers and asked her homecoming. But don't. Nothing else.
Ava Thunder got asked to homecoming today. So happy for her. Like, I can only say that this has been anticipated for quite a while.
She got flowers.
And she got flowers. She got flowers and a homecoming invitation. So very, very happy for her. I won't go any further than that. There's so much that I'd like to say, but I've been told not to be an embarrassing dad for the day. I'll do my best. It's really, really hard. Really hard. A reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody, of course, has their own opinion, and you're allowed to share that opinion in a respectful way, but it costs absolutely nothing to be a DFHB that's a decent friggin' human being if this is your first time here. And you can be respectful of other people's opinions if you're on here to stir up shite, to cause trouble, or to spoil stories. You're going to get muted and eventually booted, so just don't do it, all right? We are going to be playing the story game again today where we do a 1-minute poll after reading titles, at least for AITA stories. And then we'll have a minute to answer, and then we'll read the story and see how wrong we were. With that, get out your brooms. Taylor's son's turning 7 next week. Bam. Congrats. Time does fly. It just flies. Hey, Susie, welcome to the Gosh Heck and Thunder crew. Glad to have you here. Cammy, we're talking about Caden Thunder. He turns 22 next week. Hey, kiddo. What are you doing? You coming on to say hi again?
Collecting.
Oh, you're collecting confetti. Here's some more. Ready? She's having fun.
Come on, I got it.
She's having fun. Tipsy's doing okay, Mercy. I haven't heard a lot of updates, but they know that we're ready to jump in whatever way that we can. Pictures. They had like a tree fall, like rip all the power lines out of their house. So I don't think it was a flooding thing, but it's just rough, really, really rough. Jackie, your birthday is Saturday. Hey, happy Gosh Heckin' birthday. Oh yeah, she's got a great giggle. Were you giggling? Big grin. Big grin. Hey, a summer with the 99 bolts and the extra one up there for 100 megs world. Trinity Marie Shan loves to read, and Trinity Maria with CT Civil. Members of the Gosh Heckett fam. Hey, we're at 1882 of 4K before we start diving into the story. Nita Shan loves to read. Stacy Lynn Foxworth. Shan loves to read with some more gifts there. We've got Keisha Hinchman, Galaxy, Silver, Lee, Finn, Honey Bear. Thanks so much. Tazzy Girl, saw you up there as a new member of the Storm as well. Welcome. Lindsay79, Overkill Mill, Mary Bear, Shan loves to read. Y'all are awesome. Shan, was that Shan? Overkill Mill dropping the 242 lightning bolts. Bumping our way there. Jasmine Stubbs, Kayla, Candy Thunder, Just Mags, Alexis Nicole. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. All right, let's go ahead and rock and roll with our very first story here. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Let My Brother's Fiance Wear Her Late Mother's Wedding Dress at My Wedding? What in the mothballs did I just read? Am I the astronaut for refusing to let my brother's fiance wear her late mother's wedding dress at my wedding? Okay, we'll go and start a poll here. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm at an NTA. Shoot, tell you what, your wedding, your choice, right? Right? And if somebody's asking to wear a gosh heckin' wedding dress to your wedding, you have every right to say no. At least she asked. Or maybe she didn't ask. Maybe OP just caught wind that she was planning on doing it and was like, I'm going to nip this in the bud right now, brother. That ain't happening. Poll is in the upper left-hand corner. Ellen, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, NTA is flying off the shelf here like TP when the ports are closed. Look at that. NTA. Stocking up on that NTA. Hey, Taylor Devin, LMD10, Aunt Sue, Mama Bear, thanks so much for the love. 13 seconds left on the poll there. Risa, heyo. Welcome back. Yoko, you don't wear a wedding dress as a guest to a wedding. That shouldn't need to be said. It shouldn't need to be said. What if it's not really? What if it's like technically a wedding dress, but it's what if it was her mom's wedding dress, but it's not really a wedding dress? Or it's black. You never know. You never know. Bella. It just rolled off the tongue. Felt right. All right, here we go. So I, 28 female, am getting married in 2 months, and I've planned every detail down to the last flower petal. It's my dream wedding, and I've been saving and planning for years. Here's where things get tricky. My younger brother, 26 male, is engaged to his fiancee, Emma, 24 female, and she recently lost her mom in a tragic accident. Emma and I have always gotten along fine, but we're not super close. Anyway, her mom had a very beautiful, expensive wedding dress that Emma inherited, and it means a lot to her. A few days ago, Emma came to me in tears asking if she could wear her late mom's wedding dress to my wedding as a guest. I was shocked because this felt off. Like, I totally understand that she wants to honor her mom, but I just feel like a wedding dress at someone else's wedding is not the time or place, especially since she knows that I have a very specific theme, color palette, and vibe for my day. I told her gently that I didn't think it was appropriate, and she started crying, saying it was the only way she felt her mom could be with her during a major family event. She said she'd never get to see her mom at her own wedding, and wearing the dress felt like a way to keep that connection. I felt for her, but I held firm that my wedding wasn't the right time for that. Well, now my brother is furious with me, saying I'm heartless and selfish, and a bunch of family members have started to take sides. Some say Emma's request is deeply sentimental, and that I'm being too rigid about wedding rules, while others agree that it's weird for a guest to wear a wedding dress at someone else's wedding. Emma hasn't spoken to me since, and my brother says they're considering not coming to the wedding at all unless I change my mind. My fiance is supportive of me, but I'm starting to feel guilty because I know this is tied to grief and I don't want to be the bad guy. Am I the astronaut for refusing to let her wear her late mother's wedding dress to my wedding? Nah, sticking with NTA. You know what? All the family members that are now starting to chime in with their votes don't mean squiggly shit, because it's not their wedding. Also, she wants to wear her mother's wedding dress to an important family event to honor her mother. Wear it to her own fucking wedding. They're engaged, remember? She's planning on having one of those. How did this not come up? You want to wear your mother's wedding dress? Wear it to your wedding. Your wedding. Your wedding. Your wedding. This is bullshizzle. And your brother's like, we're just not going to come if you don't change your mind. Well, then have fun not being there, I guess. That's your choice. You aren't going to blackmail me into changing my wedding. I'm sorry. My wedding is not about your mother's memory. There's no connection there that makes sense at all. And for somebody to have the stones to ask this question of you, F them. All up and down the aisle. That is not cool. They know that's not cool. If somebody asked them this question of their wedding, how would they react? It would not be favorably. But you've got somebody here who is dealing with tremendous grief, and I'm sure that disables some otherwise functional logic centers, right? I'm sure that the grief would make an unreasonable request happen here where it wouldn't have otherwise. I'm sure of it. And your brother, her husband, I don't care what he says, because he's feeling the pain of you saying no because she comes home to him. So his opinion does not matter here either. I wouldn't listen to him at all. Chivro Breeder says that's not grief, that's narcissistic entitlement. It's certainly translated that way. The expectation to have somebody else's wedding be an opportunity for you to create a shrine or an homage to your mother it's not okay. It's not okay. The request is not okay. And now you're being guilted by family members and by your brother and her. I'd plant the flag right now and be like, okay, I'm going to nip this in the bud right now. If you plan on being vocally opposed here or being shitty on my wedding day because I'm not allowing this thing that was unreasonable to request happen, don't bother coming. And if I catch wind that you're starting shit or complaining while you're there, you're going to get booted. You will get kicked out. You know what? If you're bitching right now, you got about 30 seconds to put it to rest, or I'm going to cancel your invitation. I will rescind those invitations. You shan't be at my wedding. My wedding. Navy, what would you do if somebody tried to wear a wedding dress to your wedding? Come here. You want to come up here? Okay. What would Navy do?
She'd be wearing the wedding dress to somebody else's wedding.
You'd wear a wedding dress to Target, wouldn't you?
Did you wear a fancy dress to Target? Do you already
She wears fancy dresses to Casey's. Even if we're just going in to pick up some Diet Coke and a pizza. Ooh. I'm gonna get my beard zipped in there, Munchkin.
All right.
What would you do? What would you do if somebody tried to wear a fancy dress to your wedding? Would you be upset? Yeah. Okay. Here you go. Here's Mom. Oh, we going back there to get more confetti? Okay. I'm at NTA here. I wear ball gowns and crowns to work. I'm 48. DJ Trishy D. That's totally okay. But you wouldn't wear a wedding dress to someone's wedding, would you? I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, y'all hit the goal to get Candy Thunder up here. Let's talk about that for a sec. Wow. Navy Thunder is doing a snow angel in confetti right now. That's happening. Alrighty, in no particular order here, we have Wolfie 3925, Overkill Mill, Animal 792, Bailey Chapman, The Funny Farm, Hoon, Olivia and Sons, Mama Silver, Anise Moon, Aunt Sue, Tired Mom, LMD 10, Lord Ball, W Cypher, Lord Baloo Cypher, did I get it? Candy Thunder, Addie Nicole, Monkey Butt, Kayla C. I call her Monkey Butt. Navy, not Candy. Miss Helene, Dylan Sprague, Julia Stew, Tony Spark, we've got God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Tinkerbells, Mama B101, Love My Family, Mama Says So, Tazzy Girl, Shan Loves to Read, Mags Amazing, Candy CLKB, Lee Finn, Jazzy for Life, Civil War Mormon, Violet Green, Becky the Unicorn, Fallen Devil, K Crush, Trini Marie, Berlioz, Mama Amy, Real Brawl to Zubak, Mama Kitty, Galaxy Gallows, Steph Stark Tattoo, Shadow Bolt 62, Wendy Taylor, and Amaldine Shepherd. Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much for getting us to that goal threshold. The next one is going to unlock Tony Spark and a spicy story and confetti. And spicy story and... Is that music too loud, y'all? Hey, what's up, still, Jane? Let me set the number here. Music feels like it's louder than usual. Is it too loud? Yeah, okay. Let me back it off. Better? Is that better? Yeah. Better? Okay, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Candy Thunder. Oh my goodness, it's Candy Thunder and Navy Thunder.
Hi, everyone.
Let's go.
She doesn't quite understand that the monitor that she sees herself on is not the camera. The camera's over there, baby girl. You got to look that way.
Thank you so much.
This is like my bathroom,
There's the airplane.
my closet door mirror.
Hey, look.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate.
Okay.
That's a very good group hug.
It's a very tight hug.
Okay. Hey, I got you. Let's let mommy talk for a minute, okay? Okay.
She loves, group hugs, or if she sees us hugging, or she wants it to be a group hug and not a mom and daddy hug. So, and yes, I agree with everything that Dusty said on the mom strangle hug. Yes, that's her favorite. I agree with what you said. I just wonder why, if she's already engaged, she wouldn't want to wear that dress to her wedding. Did you get mommy?
Nom, 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 nom.
We are a blended family. We have 5 kids in total. Oh, thank you guys very much. She is sweet as pie, the sweetest pie, busiest bee I've ever met in my life. If mommy could have just a little bit of your energy. Yeah. Okay.
You gonna give her some? Give her some of your energy. Just go.
Oh, she's been eating my head with the shark helmet, and she messed up my hair, and she said, "What did you do to your hair? What do you have going on there?" Oh, thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Really?
I can't spin you right now. It's not spinning time.
I'm trying to keep up with the group hugs. Yes.
She does look extra beautiful today. Hey, Navy.
That's what I always say, Anise Moon. If we could just bottle the energy of toddlers, man, just a little tiny bit. I'm running on fumes right now. And thank you guys for I did chop my hair off again, so thank you very much.
It looks great.
Thank you.
It looks great.
All right, I am going to go pick up a kiddo from school.
I gotta jump back on and work.
Yep, Daddy's got to work. And I'm going to take Navy home, so let's say bye.
Bye.
Say bye-bye.
She's got the light up drumsticks.
Taylor, say bye-bye.
Look that way and say bye.
Bye.
Hi, bye.
Hi, bye.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, Tater. Toddlers are just so rambunctious and like you cannot contain them. I have my sound booth and she really likes to hang out in there if she's doing her like a decompress time. Like she needs to sit in there, watch Princess Sophia the First on her tablet and have some goldfish, maybe some chips and a tropical smoothie.
I do have to say, you guys see how hectic the world is, like with a toddler. Like there's just so many like moving parts at all times. Like it's always something.
There was
I
a
love
hot
it,
second
but-
where I thought she was going to tear the shelves down.
Hey, Daddy, how about you?
We're not
right,
having
bye, guys.
lightsaber battles right now with the light up drumsticks. You can use mommy for that. There you go.
All right, we gotta go get Ava.
Toddler flopping the arms is the best feeling in the world. That's true.
She's gonna take these with her.
That's true. Okay, you can take those with you. She's raided my shelves. She's raided them. Hey, we're already at 330 of 25 hundo on the W coin goal. In the meantime, we'll jump into the next story here. That first one is definitely a firm NTA. We're 1 for 1.
You hit the YouTube goal too. So.
YouTube goal was hit too. Okay. Hold up. Oh, it's Michelle Heather dropping the Fitting New Zealand on there. Thanks so much for the love. Hold up. Shirt change incoming.
Damn you, jackets!
Sorry, Ellen. Candy's not there to catcall me.
Oh, Peyton is.
Now playing the role of Candy Thunder's catcalling this time was Caden Thunder. Not sure how I feel about this. Hey, CT Civil Sapphire Sprinkles, thanks so much for the love. Petty LaBelle. Petty LaBelle, frickin' love the username. Frickin' love it. Got you, fam. Thanks, Caden. Caden work. Sergeant Mac. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for telling my wife she's freaking wrong and that my mom is right? I couldn't say it in the title. I could say effing, I guess, but freaking just came out. Okay, let's start a poll. I'll read the title again. No worries. Poll has begun. Am I the astronaut for telling my wife she's freaking wrong and that my mom is right? I mean, generally, I think this is probably a brozo move. But, I mean, it could be something she's really, really wrong about and that your mom is really, really right about. So it's tough to say, right? I'm going to step out a little bit on the limb here and I'm going to go ask on two. Definitely shouldn't have done that. That's a risk, right? That's a risk. It's a gamble. SF Dines, Dead Man Walking. Generally. Ooh, Crimson Marie. ESH. Copying out with ESH. Rhea.
I know the story, and that's my vote.
Oh, Candy Thunder votes ESH as well. How come I can never remember that ESH is an option? Oh, everybody rocking the ESH here. I'm sticking with 2. I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to see what happens. We got to the end, and ASCON 2 won with 41%. If we end up at ESH and I've led you all astray, I'm sorry. I won't make any decisions moving forward. All right, let's dive in and find out how wrong I was. I, 35 male, have been married to my wife, 32 female, for 5 years, and we've been struggling financially for the past few months. I lost my job about 3 months ago, and while I found part-time work, it doesn't pay nearly as much as before. We've had to cut back on a lot of things, but it feels like no matter what we do, we're still living paycheck to paycheck and even pulling from savings. Recently, my mom, 65 female, came over to visit, and she noticed how stressed I was about the money situation. She offered some advice on how we could save money, things like cutting down on takeout, meal prepping to avoid buying groceries multiple times a week, and switching to cheaper brands. My mom has always been frugal, especially when she was raising me and my siblings on a tight budget. I thought it made sense, especially since we're really trying to save wherever we can. I asked if she was willing to go through our spending and show where we could cut down. My wife agreed with this. Okay, whoa, dude, I'm shocked right there, because this sounds like he asked his mom if she'd be willing to go through our spending. Ladies and gentlemen, Calamity Candy. Calamity Candy, ladies and gentlemen. Navy doesn't get it from nowhere. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put a graphic on your car that's like a little Stanley Cup vinyl, but it's like the kill mark. So it's like one for every time you've dropped a Stanley Cup. There'll be like 37 of them across the back. You look like a hard ass. It'll be cool. Love you, girls. Okay. So right here, I thought he was going to say, I asked her if she would do this, and she started doing it, and my wife didn't know yet. That obviously would have been a red flag. Inviting mom into finances, he says wife agreed with this. I'm anxious to find out how. If this was a request made in front of his mother, that doesn't feel like a fair request to make of his wife, because then she's kind of stuck with saying yes. Let's find out. I feel like that's going to be an important piece of information moving forward, but I could be wrong. She made a whole spreadsheet about our spending, and we are spending way too much on fun stuff. We don't need Starbucks every day, and so on. It also became apparent that most of the fun spending was my wife's. To be honest, my wife didn't take the breakdown well and started arguing with my mom that her spreadsheet was wrong. She said that my mom's way of doing things is outdated and doesn't work for us. She doesn't want to give up buying organic produce, and she likes having a variety in what we can eat each week. I tried to explain that we need to make some sacrifices if we want to get out of this financial hole, but she kept insisting that things weren't as bad as I was making them out to be, and that we just needed to ride it out. My mom left at this point. We were still arguing, and she told me that she can't give up her takeout. She also went on about my mom being wrong. That's when I lost my patience and said, "You're freaking wrong. My mom is right. She managed to raise 3 kids on one income, and we can't even cut back on groceries for a few months." My wife got really upset, saying I'm being a huge jerk for siding with my mom and that my mom is outdated. Y'all, her firmware outdated like 3 years ago. She's been due for an update, but we haven't been able to find a USB that fit her year of model. You know what I mean? So got to get her plugged in sometime soon. She's barely spoken to me since, and now I'm wondering if I went too far. By the way I see it, we need to be realistic about her situation, and my mom's advice could actually help us get back on track. I am so sorry to all of you whom I have led astray with ASCON 2. This is indeed an ESH. And while his wife, OP's wife, is definitely the most wrong here, I believe, OP made a fatal error. He made a fatal error in presenting his argument and using his mom in that argument. You can make this argument and be like, hey, fine. We'll pull our own data. We'll hook up the bank account to Mint or to there's lots of budgeting apps, okay? So you'd be like, okay, well, let's find something that is an up-to-date version of what we're needing and then see what that says. And if it aligns with what she says, then at least we know. Getting a second opinion here is not a bad thing. Where you screwed up, OP, was connecting the wrong to your mom being right. Those are two separate things, right? Your wife can be wrong without your mom having to be right. Those two things can live independently, but using them both at the same time created more than just your wife being wrong. It became, you are inferior to my mother in her mind. That's what she's seeing or feeling. And it is completely unnecessary. Vianney says, I don't think the wife would have been honest with her spendings if mother-in-law didn't do it. Maybe, but I think using your mother-in-law there or using your mother OP there also creates a distraction, right? Because then there's an emotional argument to be made about, well, you didn't have to bring your mom into this. When you say things like your mom is right and I'm freaking wrong, that really hurts me because it's your mom. Now, if this was looking at a budgeting app and it was saying the same thing, that emotional argument does not exist. You see what I mean? So that was an unnecessary element to this. Maybe the pain of mother-in-law starting the process was needed for them to take the next step. Maybe. But, I mean, you have to, shit, we've all been there. When you're like, oh man, I need to give up my Starbucks. I need to give up my this. I need to give up my thing. That sucks. I really don't want to give it up. Everybody's been there where they don't want to give it up. And then if you've got your partner, not just your partner, but your partner and your mother-in-law pressuring you to give up the thing, all of a sudden it's 2-on-1. It's being ganged up on, and it's all her fault, right? So it's not a good look. The issue is that we've all been to the point where we're like, oh man, that sucks. I have to give this thing up. We need a little bit of time to come to terms with the fact that change doesn't happen in an instant. And for her to recognize, of course, she's going to fight to keep some of those things that she loves, but she needs time and also needs a reasonable next step. Not a next step that's like, everything you like is now gone. More of, okay, this next week, can we attempt to go to Starbucks 3 times instead of 4? Small changes, right? But it's not anything that happened. What I perceived to happen here was that a big spotlight was turned on and it was pivoted to OP's wife and then intensified, and she just cooked. Be reasonable, OP, but more than anything, when you communicate with your partner, you have to try to separate those two things out. You have to separate the actual problem and any kind of emotional problems that are attached to that problem. Maybe the emotional problem is the problem, but you understand what I'm saying. Don't fight more than one fire at a time. Yeah, CF, I'm sure we are missing a lot of context, and I'm certain that we normally are. But with the account that we have, if this is all accurate, and this is accurate according to OP, I have no doubt about that. But yeah, I think it's all in delivery here. I think you're both wrong, just in different ways. There's plenty that can be done, but this needs to be a team approach. This is we screwed up. Placing the blame on one person isn't going to fix your problem. It's we screwed up. Here's what we can do this next week. That's a small change. Here's where we need to get to, and we're going to try to get there over the next 6 months. Whatever it is, be reasonable and do this as a team. You just blaming your partner and having your mom jump in to enforce that isn't going to end well, generally. It doesn't matter how actually wrong she is. What's up, Monica with a K? Sweets love. All the things he's also willing to give up, she's not willing to. I'm not sure that I understand. What was that, Tony? We are at 1050 of 25 hundo, which means that Tony Spock's sitting over there thinking they don't love me because they haven't hit this goal yet and they don't want to see me. I'm just kidding. That's not what he's thinking. That's not what's happening. Don't forget there's also a spicy story and confetti that will happen with that gift goal. So we are rocking on that almost to the halfway point. The YouTube side, the next goal that we have is 35, and that is for a top gifter AMA
30 to go on.
and confetti. We've got 30 to go on it.
A lot of confetti.
For some, Yoko says, for some, an ease in will help it stick. When it becomes more of a demand, some will pump the brakes hard and go the opposite direction. Sure. Especially when that demand comes from someone who's supposed to be your equal in a partnership, and they have taken a step onto a ladder to position themselves above you by involving their parent, right? Nothing would make you feel smaller than to get a demand from your partner and their parent. Ooh, Julie said, so if he lost his job and she's the only one working, I want to know if he had to give anything up. That's a good point. Completely forgot about the point that he had lost his job in there too. So, yeah, you know what? If I were wife in this position, I'd be like, you know what? Your mom's wrong. Let's hook up the app and let's see what the truth is, huh? Oh, you've dropped $100 this week on the video game you've been playing during the day, huh? Interesting. So really, I mean, there needs to be a journey to the actual facts here, and it's separating out the emotional side. He's working a part-time job. Okay, he's working a part-time job. Still, it would be interesting from wife's perspective if she jumped up at this point and said, "Yes, let's hook up the app." I'd have a lot more faith in her position here. I'm sure she's bucking it no matter what. Even if she knows she's wrong, she's not going to agree when she's been confronted with this intervention. Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah. Situations like this are why so many folks, when they do marry, do not combine finances. Fair enough. We do everything together, but that's us. Hey, Ann Hoddockson, Kimber, DG, Just Joe, Mama, The Funny Farm, Boo Boo, Casey Kim Walker, Nicole Miller, Jess, Classic Anime Queen, Just Joe, Mama again there, Funny Farm again there, Maria Brill, Loopy, The Effulgent One, Aunt Sue, Candy Thunder, Jumar Guy, Honey Bear, Nita, Alana Banana, Fee, Fifo Fana. Actual username. Tyne, Very Sleepy Artist, Casey Kim Walker, Tony Spark, Gatekeeper, Casey Kim Walker, Jessica Kearns. We've got Taboo Bear, Jerry, Anise Moon, Jessica Kearns again there. Thanks so much for the love. Spicy Mama, Jill, Kimber, y'all are amazing. Alana Banana, Fee, Fi, Fo, Fana. I'm going to change my username to something that I just want people to say. I guess some people already do that to us, and sometimes they actually trick me into saying things I shouldn't say. All right, we'll dive over to the next one here. Wait. It was an ESH. Okay, yes, and I did do the official verdict on there. I got lost for a second. All right, we're good. I'm hitting some music just to give us a break in here. Hey, Lauren, and just ignoring work for a bit. Hell yeah, hang out with us. Shivro Breeder. What is the Scottish accent? You know what? I don't know. It's probably one of the normal bullpen that just... That one's loud too. I'll get it turned down. There are a handful, like maybe 12, that just jump out anytime they want, and I don't know that they have a specific tracing. It's just like a mishmash of, it's some character I've created in my head, and it jumps out in convenience stores or drive-thrus or just when I'm reading something. Not normally stories, because then I'm focused, but if I'm just casually talking, they do pop out. They pop out. Real broad bootleg 90210 music. When we were listening through today, there was like Tony Spark was hearing a bunch that sounded like they were from Disney Channel promos from back in the day. Not this one. Hey, Risa, nice. Prep girl, I was like, no, I'm not forgetting. I'm not Lauren here. Elise jumping back up. He never said they weren't trying to make a plan and that he had nothing cut, unless you heard wrong. No, he didn't come out and say that he had anything that he didn't have to cut, but all of the focus was on her. And I think that's where the misstep was. Regardless of what the actual plan ends up becoming, he has to recognize the position that he's put her in and that he's made her feel small. And that's going to be really tough when you're trying to initiate some kind of change as a team, right? Because you create an immediate imbalance. Change is hard to create if there's an imbalance and if someone feels small or taken advantage of. Hey, World Maker says, my brother, your beard is amazing. Sending beard love your way. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Gracie, that's right. He did say all of the fun spending was coming from the wife. It's complicated. Money's a bitch. Complicates things. All right, let's dive in. Honey Bear Rascal Flats are reuniting for a 25th anniversary tour. That's bonkers. They've been out that long. I am so old. We're at 1475 of 25 hundo past the halfway point. Hell yeah. Let's dive in and read a story. Maybe we'll be there by the ends of it. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for demanding my wife and her daughter pay to have my car professionally cleaned? Oh, they did something nasty in it. Oh no. My wife and her daughter. Okay. Okay, man, there's two very distinct ways that this could go, right? Let me start the poll. This could be they did something truly terrible in there, like smeared poo all over the roof liner. Or it could be that she got some chip crumbs on my very nice carpeted floors.
It's the demanding.
Tony Sparks says it's the demanding is the context clue for demanding that my wife and her daughter pay to have my car professionally cleaned. So it's more likely the douchey version than the extreme poo on roof liner version. Okay. So probably, and I'm gonna go 2 again here because Tony Spark has led me to believe that it is something douchey.
I feel like if there's poo smeared on something, you're allowed to demand. I don't know.
No. No.
You don't think that's worthy of demand?
No.
Who would you? I mean, are you gonna ask nicely?
My love, would you please acquiesce to my request to gently remove the poo smears from above my head in my otherwise clean vehicle? Could you vaporize my vehicle, please? Where's the poo go? Oh, Felicity Hitch made a really good point here. Says, I don't like that he said her daughter. Oof. NTA here with, the majority of people going NTA for the demanding. That was the poll, right? We had a lot of NTA. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Okay, let's dive in. I, 45 male, am married to my wife of 2 years, 39 female, Kate. She has a 16-year-old daughter, Lucy, from a prior relationship. Lucy's father is not living, so he's not in the picture. Is that a weird way to say that? Is it a weird way to say that? Kate is disabled and collects disability. Lucy is a junior in high school and works after school and on weekends. I work full-time from home, making around $150K a year. The other day, Lucy was out with friends in her car. She bought a mid-90s Civic from money she's earned working. It's a total shit box. Kate usually drives a Sentra, but it's currently broken right now, and she doesn't have the money to fix it. I have a 2019 370Z that I love, but currently the roof is acting up on it, not going up, and it's not currently working. Lucy had called her mom saying the Civic broke down on the side of the road and she needed help. With the Sentra not working, I told Kate to get an Uber for Lucy, and I'd loan her the money and she could pay me back with her next disability check. Instead, Kate begged me to borrow my car, saying that she didn't feel safe with Lucy and an Uber as a teen girl. I stupidly relented. Kate took my car to pick up Lucy, and as bad luck would have it, it started to rain and my convertible top was stuck down. Naturally, it rained all in my car and got it soaked. When they got home and put my car back in the garage, I first asked if they were okay. Then I went to check on my car. There was so much water in there. I knew it would mold or mildew and smell if not properly cleaned. I then told Kate and Lucy they need to split the cost of having my car professionally cleaned and detailed by a service of my choosing. I reminded Kate and Lucy I offered to loan money for an Uber and they declined, saying that Lucy didn't feel safe, which I think is complete bullshit. Uber is perfectly safe and it was only a 30-minute drive from our house. Now they need to pay several $100s to have my car taken care of. Lucy and Kate both said I'm being unfair and they'll just clean and detail my car themselves, but I want to know it's done right and I'll only have that confidence if it's done professionally. Am I the astronaut? What do y'all think? Elise says, I would charge them too, or at least make her work it off. Here's the problem that I see. Obviously, maybe she just wanted to drive the car because it's a cool car, right? It's a cool car. Is it Pam? Adventures with Pam? Are you on chat? You have a 370Z, don't you? It's a cool car. Maybe she just wanted to drive the cool car. Regardless of what the vehicle is, regardless of why the request was made, I'm trying to position him as a father and as a husband, and not as an independent dude who has no connection to his wife and her daughter, which is how he presented this in the title, right? He's a father. As a father and as a husband, your family's going to do shit that you have to clean up and deal with. It's going to happen. The second problem I have here is that your immediate response to this was, I want them to pay a lot of money to have someone else do this really well or right. And I understand it needing to be done well. I get it, right? At the end of the day, it's just water and it's just a car. Having them do it, have them look up videos on how to do it, monitor it if you want, but have them do it, cool. That's like one notch lower in severity. Helping them do it would be the right thing to do as a father and as a husband. But instead, you're putting monetary pressure on people who are already monetarily in a position where they can't take more pressure. And you're supposed to be someone who committed to both of them for the rest of your life. Money was the last thing that you should have punished them with. The last thing. So there's a very selfish approach in this too, right? I understand, they accepted a risk whenever they decided to drive your car and that they should clean it up. In no way, shape, or form do I think punishing them with something they have no way to resolve is a fair or right or fatherly or husbandly thing to do. That was a big failure in my mind for you. Now, the other side of it is, yeah, they did accept the risk whenever they decided to drive it, and they do have to deal with that. But give them something that you're putting a plan in front of them that they can't win. You're creating an impossibility here. So it's like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a catch-22. It is a Kobayashi Maru for them. You're like, all right, I'm going to punish you with this thing that you definitely can't get out of. So you're going to be in my debt forever. Congratulations. When you've already positioned yourself above them. So yeah, it was a douchey thing to do. I don't even know that it's an ESH. You know what I mean? I think this might be more on you than anyone. My only question is this, it's like between a 2 and a 1 for me. Yeah, and Yoko, going back to your point about this originally became a not feeling safe with like an Uber or a Lyft. Whether that was the real reason or not doesn't matter. Like, first of all, as a father and as a husband, I would want that to be the last choice. I would want to be the first line of defense, not the last. So it just further enforces his being completely selfish here. And maybe that's it. They've only been married for 2 years, but he's still alone. He's still number one. And he's definitely positioned them at like, not even the number 2 spot, maybe 5. I think his car might be number 2. And that sucks. So yeah, you were the asking for demanding. I'm not going to give you 1. I'm going to give you 2. You probably are a 1. And situationally, I think you really are. However, I'm giving you a 2 because I'm hoping that this is something that you just don't realize what you're doing yet. I'm hoping that this is a scenario where you either haven't been in a relationship in so long, or you were in a series of ones that failed because it never clicked for you, that you were only thinking of yourself, that you were never truly a partner with anyone, and you just don't know how to do it yet. If that's the case, there's hope. There's a way to turn that around. There's a way to learn and grow from it, and there can be improvements. Maybe he doesn't realize what's happening. Maybe he doesn't realize that he's being the asshole. He's coming here asking us, so yeah, you were an asshole. And a lot needs to change about your worldview, and that's going to be painful. But all hope is not lost. If what you desire is a functional, healthy, happy relationship with your wife and your daughter, you've got to stop thinking about yourself, and you've got to start thinking about your family as a unit and as a team, and lead that team.
I feel like he makes several like very selfish statements throughout this entire thing.
Yeah.
Number 1, his wife's car is broken and she can't fix it.
And it's a shit box.
Well, no, the daughter is a shit box.
Oh, yeah.
But he says, and can't take my wife's car because it's broken and she can't afford to fix it.
So,
also, your car is broken. Why haven't you fixed it? If you're criticizing your wife for not fixing her car, and now the daughter's car is broken down, well, your car's broken too. So why haven't you gone and fixed it? Also, if you didn't want her to borrow your car, why didn't you go pick her up?
That should have been the first line of defense. Like him picking her up in his car, first line of defense. Second line of defense, you can use my car. Third line of defense, Uber, Lyft, whatever.
And the Uber, I'll loan my wife money so her daughter can get an Uber. Come on, bro.
Hey, this guy's not even, he's so much not playing the role of a husband. He's not even a sugar daddy. Like he's like not anything in there. I don't know how that works. So I wonder if he charges them rent. It's almost giving that extreme level. Elise says, I just assumed he couldn't pick her up, but that is a good point. I don't think there was anything preventing him from doing it unless he was working during that time. Lady Artemis probably gave his wife a shut up ring. Wonder Woman, I think he's less accommodating than a roommate would be, which is saying something. I don't know. A lot needs to change. And maybe he is a 1, but I'm giving him a 2. A solid number 2. Nah, it's really more of a wet, slimy one. But there's a way out of that. There's a way that all of that can turn around. All right, let's shake this one off for just a minute. We are at 1728, a 25 hundo on the W coins to get Tony Spark and a spicy story and confetti going on here. Hey, Funny Farm, PJ, and Haraxon, Amanda Rose, Aunt Sue, Amanda Rose again, Anna Hansen, Katie with a D, Amanda Rose, Mama Says So, thanks so much for the love, Silver Hard Case, Meg's World 85, Siobhan Gaffney Kill, Pamela Pratika Shankar, Aunt Sue, Tony Spark, Dean Johnson. We've got Leandra Rowe, Angeline Tellisford, Snorts of America, Meg's World 85 in East Moon. We've got Banana Nutella, Aunt Sue, Meg's World again there. Michelle dropping the hundo coins. Thanks so much for the love. Candy Thunder, Funny Farm, Pamela, Pratika Shankar, thanks so much. Bree with the shares. The mad shares. We're at 173% of our shares goal. Y'all. Still 30 away on the YouTube goal. At least, I don't know, this one sucks all around. I don't get this marriage more than this story. One begets the other, right? I think that's the point, is that it's his viewpoint, maybe both of their viewpoints, but his viewpoint for sure on marriage is so distorted. No, TikTok, it's not time to solve a puzzle. Puzzle solved. Nailed it. I think his view, maybe his worldview in general, creates this sense of normal for him that just doesn't apply to most people. We're like, huh? Maybe they knew it was a puzzle. They knew this marriage was a puzzle. That was TikTok being punny as hell, y'all. I just missed it. Just missed it. Hey, makes world Jill Christina, Amanda Rose Raya with the hundo and 38. Heck yeah. Lisa sending the SEK 1 hundo. Thanks so much for the love. Hell yeah. Their relationship is transactional. Where he's the lender, apparently. What's the puzzles for that TikTok sends? It's because I'm feeding from my PC, it detects inactivity. So it gives me a puzzle to make sure I'm alive and here. It doesn't want people sleeping on stream, which people still do. So I'm not sure about that. Okay, diving in to the next one here. Let me get a drink of water. Jackie, thanks for the shares. Are you doing the conversion on that to see? Okay. I'm like, I don't know. All right, here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another AITA story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for giving away my boyfriend's birthday gift when he said he couldn't come. There are a couple of ways to take this. Let's start a poll and see what y'all think. I'll read it again so we can be even more confused. Am I the astronaut for giving away my boyfriend's birthday gift when he said he couldn't come? Princess. Or Kay Turner, yeah. I don't know. We couldn't come to his birthday party, I assume. I hope. Giving away my boyfriend's. It's also BF. I assume that's boyfriend, not like bestie. I guess that would be BFF. He said he couldn't come to his party. I don't know. It seems like a petty thing to do, right? Not sure, but I'm gonna go 3 here. Going 3. I dropped my NTA. NTA just flew out of my hand, but it's 3 that I'm going with here. Beth, there you go. Maybe it's food. Oh, could be. Could be. Majority went ask on 1, 23%. I don't know what to make of this thing. Here we go. I bought my boyfriend 2 tickets to see our favorite artist for his birthday. Oh. This information in the title would have been helpful, OP. His birthday was back in July and the gig is the end of November. The nature of his job means he has to travel a lot unexpectedly, and unfortunately, something came up and he'll be away over the gig dates. Meanwhile, in September, he was away for another thing in LA. He got the chance to go see this artist for free, so he went. Also fine. It was understood we wouldn't be able to make this gig together, and if the opportunity came up for him to see them, I'm glad he got the chance. So I asked my friend, who I know is also a big fan of the artist, said it was for my boyfriend's birthday, but he can't join, and if she wants to come with me instead. She was so happy and appreciative, like texting me in all caps, OMG, 100%, and that it was the best thing I'd heard since birth, LOL. I was super happy someone could come with me and enjoy it. The morning after this, my boyfriend is like, oh, by the way, I'll be back a week earlier from this thing so we can go to that gig. I'm like, shit. I'm so sorry, but because I thought you weren't coming, I offered the other one to my friend and she said yes. And he was like, oh, okay. We leave it for a bit, no biggie. Later that day, he brings it up again, like, well, why don't you just explain to her that I'm actually home now and it was originally my birthday gift? And I said, oh, I don't know if I can do that. She was so happy about it and I'd feel wrong offering someone something then taking it away again, especially because she was so happy. He got weird about it and said I had an issue with people pleasing. I was thinking about it and sent him a voice note saying, I totally get your POV, but I think it's unfair for me to have to change my plans multiple times because of your schedule. I should say it like that. But I think it's unfair for me to have to change my plans multiple times because of your schedule, which again is not his fault, just how it is. And I disagreed with the fact that he called me a people pleaser, which kind of hurt my feelings. I think it would be a worse thing for me to do in terms of my character to offer a friend something then take it back. I said to him, you obviously went to see him in LA because you knew you weren't coming with me here. So you acted on the fact that plans changed, and so have I. No one's fault, just how it played out. And he said even if we were still going in London, he obviously would have gone in LA anyway, which was upsetting, but he seemed to think that's not an issue. I don't know. He told me to imagine it the other way around, how I would feel. And he's mad that I'm prioritizing not hurting the girl's feelings over his. I'm not that close with her. We only met recently, but we get along really well. I think I would be more upset, but I think given the circumstances, I would be more understanding and at least not make him feel bad about it. What should I do? Before we dive into an edit here, let's talk about this for a moment. Caden Thunder, are you over there? Would you mind filling this up, please? Thank you. He's entitled Taylor, but it was his gift, and she's doing the same thing to him and taking his gift away?
That's
Huh?
That's the ironic part. Is she says I would feel bad offering something and taking it away, but that's
Yeah, no, I get it, but I see where the step in poo happened. The step in poo happened whenever she was thinking about using that ticket for someone else and didn't discuss it with him. Had they had that discussion and she was like, hey, since you can't go, I'm going to bring Lauren, my new friend. Are you cool with that? And he's like, yeah. Then he would have no argument right now when he got back because he'd already known about you taking Lauren or whatever her name is. And even if he did want to talk you out of it, he would have more understanding about it because he approved that. Are you wrestling a bear over there? It feels like it. Mariah says, why is it a discussion when he left? The talk saying he had already seen them. Yeah. I still think it should have been a discussion because it was a gift to him. Now, OP has a play here, and that play is like, well, since I got you this gift that you couldn't use, I ended up using this with a friend, but I got you something different. Replace the gift with something different, right? I don't know. Crimson, daughter Ember says hi. Hi. Hey, Ember. But he declined it. Wait, declined what? Oh, he declined the gift? Well, he had no choice, but yes, he did. He declined it. I don't know, Lady M. I think, and again, I'm thinking about this as a partnership, right? Thank you so much, Dieter. The jug ran dry.
Yeah.
Perfect timing, Culligan. Jug. If she knows his schedule is so mixed up, why get him that kind of gift? KS is a valid point there too. I think that and so many people are like the instant he couldn't use it, he rejected it. He had no choice but to not be able to use it because of his schedule. I understand that, but yes, he did. He did reject it. I still think in a partnership, if you've got a partner that you're trying to not you're trying to be completely transparent with and do things like as a unit together, as a team together, it would have been a discussion to be like, hey, since you can't go, I'm going to do this if you're cool with it, because technically it is, still your gift. And if we do that, then I can do something else as your gift. That would have been like no issue here at all. So I think it is a communication issue more than anything. But he did go without her. Would have sold and then got him something else, then I would want to experience that with him, Taylor says. So maybe it's two people thinking about these things independently here. And yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, before we go into I'm going to go ahead and read the edit first. And gotcha. We hit our W coin goal, y'all. Tony's ready. He's like, yeah, they love me. I'll read through that once we hit the end of this. The edit is this. Thanks to everyone who has responded. It's obviously very divisive and polarizing, but I do admit I made a mistake. I should have asked him first, as it is his gift. I also told him I'd be happy to give the girl both tickets and spend the evening with him doing something else so I can honor my offer to her, but show him that I care about his feelings too. But he thinks that's silly and we should just go. I'm going to explain to the girl and just apologize profusely. Hope she understands and take her for dinner or something. Well, sucks for the friend, but what are you going to do? Elise with the $5 super says, as someone who lives with the travel schedule for work, you can't live your own life with what ifs, but with pivots, or else I would never do anything. Very valid point. So speaking as someone who can relate with him, right? But how many times do you encounter this, Elise? I'm curious, just is it a frequent thing, somewhat frequently, occasionally, rarely, or never? Like one of those medical surveys you go through. When do you see pivots kind of double pivot to where you couldn't do something and then you could, but because of the earlier pivot, it meant that you no longer had that opportunity? Is it something that happens a lot? You've had it happen, sucks, but you have to move on or try to get yourself there. Valid. I haven't read through that yet. Did you hear me? I haven't read through that yet. Okay. But he saw them already. He did see them already. I don't know. So the question is, am I the astronaut for giving away my boyfriend's birthday gift when he said he couldn't come? It's so not that simple. It's just not that simple. And yeah, I think you're an astronaut for giving it away without having a discussion first. And I'm glad to see in her response in the edit that she brought that up too. I had not read ahead on that. Now so yeah, that's a 3 for me. It's you should have done it differently, and you should have done it differently. Not that you had, there was a little bit of an obligation there because it was his birthday gift. So yeah, should have. I'm comfortable with that. I can sleep at night and have that be okay. But yeah, it probably is an ESH as well. You're right. It absolutely is. Because he has to be understanding here too. He's expecting a lot of understanding from her and not giving much in return. So we're putting him on the suck scale too. That's slang for the ASCON scale, the suck scale. Hey, Tammy Fiddlesticks, Sherry Bennick, Jarby, Shirley Kerr, Karen Jordan, Adventures with Pam. Thanks so much for the love. Pila Sophia, see you there too. And y'all hit this goal. W coins to get Tony Spark a spicy story and confetti. Look at you. In no particular order, we have Bailey Chapman, Melooso, Shite. Run away! Run away! The ceiling, the sound dampener tile is like, I've been shot point blank. We've got Ryu Kachina, The Funny Farm, Aunt Sue, Meg's World, Overkill Mill, Jennifer Jago, Hurn, Anise Moon, Candy Thunder. Candy Thunder. Man, that's a really bad one to mess up, huh? Lord Baloo Cypher, Just Joe Mama, Wolfie, Tony Spark, I Am Jill 21, Janice C 2014, Mama Silver, Christina, Ann Hodroxson, A. Robertson, Lexi Twinkletoes, Mama Says So. We've got Tazzy, 1969. We've got Brianna Lucas, White Eyes Cat, Little Squishy, Robert Collins, Piotr, The Giant Cat Lady, Mags Mazing, Hardcase, Love My Family, Nana23, Lene, LMD10, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Tanya Pimilton, Classic Anime Queen, Aylin, Tabuya Bear. I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but yeah. Berlioz, Trinity Marie, United Snorts of America, and Lady Nails. Thanks so much for the love. We're going to get the next one set up here. Next one is going to unlock a spicy mother-in-law reward story and Candy Thunder feedback. If I can find what I'm looking for, there we go. Confetti. What? Oh, that was interesting. TikTok Studio must be using some kind of AI now. It pre-filled in the goal title, and it said, I want to be one of the top streamers on TikTok, so please help me with my goal. That's what it came up with. I'm like, try harder, AI. Spicy mother-in-law reward story. And Candy. Camdy? Nope. Candy feedback. There we go. We are going for paper cranes, y'all. TikTok side, paper cranes, pinning it. There we go. And you know him. You love him. Yeah. You're going to see him soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Stark.
Hi, y'all. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday? Hope the sun is shining where you're at. It's a beautiful sunny day out here. The weather this morning was like that, really good.
It's crisp.
Cool,
The morning crisp.
Yeah, the morning crisp in the air. And then it's supposed to be 90 degrees tomorrow.
No!
Yeah, it's pretty nice today, but... Carrie, how come I'm not wearing those glasses from his character? Well, first off, the character gave me glasses, and I don't know why. No, I don't need glasses. It gave me glasses. It also gave me plastic arms. I don't know if you can notice that in the character. I have plastic arms in it, and they're not even like glasses. They're almost just like goggles. I don't know what it is. But I'm just not. I don't wear glasses. I did wear them in the 2 weeks leading up to the 24-hour stream because I was reading for 8 hours a day. So that was a lot of reading. So I wore some blue light glasses, but I don't have to wear glasses, luckily. So yeah, no, it's literally it's like what they create. Jesse created the AI thing, and it had plastic arms and goggles, and I don't know why. She also made another one where it's all of us doing something, and it made my character on a boat, but I'm wearing khaki pants and a polo, and I'm on a boat. So I don't understand that whole thing with AI either, but yeah. Ted is the real hero. I don't know. Ted is sometimes more of a villain than a hero. Everyone at Arrowhead getting tipsy shirt. I love this shirt, Elise. I wear this shirt all the time. I was looking for my lake bum shirt, but I think I left it at the lake. So, yeah. What a take. I don't know. I kind of like him though. I mean, now we're just kind of stuck with them, you know. I mean, I feel like we're just that is what it is. Plastic arms and glasses and a polo. I don't know. Sergeant Mac Ellen says, I'm always a villain. Yeah, Ted is sometimes a villain, sometimes a hero. But if you'd like to see some adventures of Ted, you should make sure you follow at TonySpark_ to see all the latest adventures of Ted, including posted some new videos from this weekend from the races. Ted had a long weekend. I went to race in Kansas City on Friday, and then I came back on Saturday for a wedding, and then I got up on Sunday, went back to Kansas City. So Ted was very busy all weekend long. It was a full-on Ted weekend. I figured that I added it up that I watched 600 miles of racing, and I drove a little over 700 miles last weekend. Because I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It was a lot, but it was worth it. It was fun. Thank you, Crimson. Finally remembered to follow me. She finally remembered to follow at @TonySpark_. Do Busch Lights taste better when shotgunned at a racetrack? Absolutely, they do. Busch Lights taste the best at the racetrack and on the boat. Those are like the peak taste of Busch Light is in those two situations. I mean, they always taste good, but those are like the perfect ones. Kind of like how I would think Candy Thunder would relate to the perfectly chilled can or the perfect fountain soda from a certain place like that. It's like that.
It's got to be that level of chilled. If it's a can where it's about 30 seconds from exploding, you know what I mean?
But see,
or 30 seconds from the can popping out, maybe not exploding.
Yeah, that's the thing when you shotgun a beer though, you don't want it that cold because it's too cold.
Yeah, you don't want a beer. You don't want a beer slushy.
Well, it's just like too cold to drink it that quickly because you're just like
you get a beer brain
you're
freeze,
like, and it's a lot. And you have to drink it really fast.
What was that?
It's kind of the sound effect it makes.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know, but we have a tradition that you shotgun a beer every time there's a caution. Like every time there's a caution or there's a wreck. So there were in the spring. There was only like a couple, but then last year when we did it for the first time, there was like 10, and there were 3 in the first 20 laps. So we did like 3 in like 10 minutes. It was a lot. But anyway, it wasn't that bad this time. Okay. There was only 6.
Here we go.
There's only 6 this time, but still, there are 6 cautions, but still in like 2 hours of you shotgun 6 beers and then plus you're drinking. And then we had this little jug of a pre-made drink too that we finished off.
You get your mountain hooch.
Then we went into the infield, and that's where a bunch of shenanigans happened. And there was a casino in there somewhere. There's karaoke. People were on the race. There was a lot. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
Ted had a great weekend. But anyway.
It was Ted heading it.
Don't forget, follow at @TonySpark_. Bye, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Spark.
I'll get the rest of the confetti off of here. I went ahead and put the hoodie on because I felt like it. We're at 49 and 175 right now on the paper crane goal that will unlock the spicy mother-in-law reward story and candy feedback. In the meantime, I'm going to jump in to the next story.
Spicy story.
Spicy story time? Oh. Spicy reward story, correct? Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dusty Thunder, and we got one of these. Ooh. Hot. Microphones. Hot. I know. This spicy story, sorry, words are hard. This spicy story is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Calling My Wife Out for Never Doing the Hard Chores? Let's play the game. Start a poll. Poll has started. Am I the astronaut for calling my wife out for never doing the hard chores? And hard isn't even in quotation marks. Oh my. Oh my. You know, yeah, I mean, you could go either way on this, right? You could be like, yeah, it's a legitimately ridiculous situation. Or we could make an assumption here that his definition of hard chores is a little bit skewed, and he's viewing a lot of the things that she has as responsibilities that aren't difficult, even if they actually are. So who the F knows, basically? I'm going to go ask on 2. I'm going to lean hard into that. We'll go ask on 2. I've been sort of on target so far. No, I haven't. Just kidding. AskOn 1 ends up winning here with 31% of the vote. AskOn 2 had 28%, so it was close. It was close. Ellen, thank you for rocking the mod roll. And Sergeant Mac, you as well. All righty, here we go. Oop, let me close that window. Sorry. My wife, 40 female, and I, 39 male, have been married for 7 years and have 2 kids, 4 and 2. We both work full-time but have different schedules. I work a standard Monday through Friday 40-hour week. My wife's job requires My wife's job requires her to work Saturdays, so she takes random days off during the week to compensate. Both of our kids are in daycare during the week. When my wife takes a day off during the week, she will get chores done like cleaning, shopping, laundry, etc., which is great that she can get that stuff done on her off days. But there are things that can also be done on the weekend. She will leave other, more labor-intensive chores for me to do on the weekend. We have a 1-acre yard, so there's always yard work to be done, and it's nearly impossible for me to do that kind of work on Saturdays when she's at work and I have the kids. I've talked to her numerous times about doing yard work on her days off when I'm at work and the kids are in daycare, but she refuses because it's too hard. Which, yeah, I know. I'm the only one who does it. It's even harder when you're chasing around 2 kids. This means that I have to spend pretty much my entire Sunday doing yard work every single week. We've argued because she gets a work and kid-free day to herself to get things done. Ooh, but picks the easiest chores and leaves the hard ones for me to do on my one remaining weekend day. I'm going to go ahead and red flag this right now. I work Monday through Friday, then have the kids by myself all day Saturday. I just want to spend some time on Sunday watching football and relaxing, but I can't because of the yard work. This past week when my wife took Thursday off and got some chores done, when I got home with the kids that night, she made some comments that pissed me off. She kept saying we still need to mow the lawn this weekend. We need to trim some bushes and trees and bring the brush to the yard waste site. I think we should rake up all the fallen pine needles and pine cones to use as fire starters. I snapped at her and asked her which of these things she was going to do, since she kept saying we. She got defensive and said that she is going to be watching the kids so I can get that stuff done. I told her that I think she is using the word we incorrectly then, because it sounds like I'm going to be the one doing all of it. She then went off about all the things that she got done on her day off when I told her that I could do all those things on Saturday, even with the kids. But she refuses to do any of the hard stuff. I then asked her if she could tell me the last day she had the kids by herself when I wasn't home. She couldn't answer and called me a jerk. I told her if I can learn to fold a fitted sheet, then she can learn how to use a rake, a lawnmower, a weed whip, etc. I also told her that I'm going to start planning things for myself on weekends so that I have my own time, even if it means hiring a sitter. She thinks I'm overreacting and expecting too much of her because the yard work is hard. Thoughts? You know, the obvious solution there is to hire somebody to do the yard, but that shit's expensive. What'd you say, Tony?
You would hire a babysitter,
He is willing to hire a babysitter, but babysitters are going to be cheaper than somebody to do the yard. I can almost guarantee that. Maybe. It depends on how long. Yeah, I mean, you can really go either way here. But look, Candy Thunder would absolutely jump on the mower if I needed her to. But I want to do that. And here's, I guess, where the disconnect that I don't understand. Number one, like, you're a dad. The expectation that you're going to have a full day of alone time to do you things is unreasonable, in my opinion. She doesn't get a full day of alone time to do things that are her things. On her day, she does a shit ton of chores, and you saying she does things like cooking, cleaning, laundry, getting the shopping done, all of that shit is probably just as much work, if not more than mowing the lawn and trimming the bushes and weed eating and doing all the things. It's a lot of work that he's got this viewpoint on that it's not even, necessarily labor intensive to do the lawn. It can be, but if you don't think cleaning, laundry, and doing the freaking grocery shopping is at all labor intensive, let him do all those things. So, seriously, wife, do a switch. Be like, yeah, it's hard, but you know what? I learned to love yard work because it's like meditative time. It's like me time. It's one of the few times that I would actually get to sit somewhere and not be in communication and not be answering emails and just be thinking. It's one of the few thinking times that I have. So I learned to love it. or it's one time to like crank the music and just put the headphones on. You learn to enjoy it. I guess that's my point. You have responsibilities. So what are you going to do? You're either going to hire somebody else to take care of them, you're going to do it yourself and learn to love it, or you're going to bitch about it for the rest of your life. Learn to love it. So my proposition here, wife, is that take up the challenge and prove him wrong and say, okay, for a little while, I'm going to learn to love the yard work and let him do all the other stuff. And then let's see how easy he actually thinks it is. Let's see how easy it is. Because I call B's and S's on that one. It's not easy. It is definitely not easy. Now, on the other side of this is, whenever he pointed out that she didn't have a day, she didn't have the kids a day there without him there. Like, I don't know. It's keeping score. And I understand he needs some him time. Like, you have to fill up your own cup, and you have to kind of force plan that as a parent. It's best if you and your partner are both encouraging of that, and it's not one person demanding and using it like to start a war. You know, that's typically not the greatest way to go, but you do need to fill up your own cup. You do need to have some you things. Denise says, I love to mow. Why can't they work together? Reese said, yeah, this is a truth. You know what? Yeah. They could tag team it. And it kind of seems like that's that one, Risa, that one statement, why can't they work together, is like an umbrella statement for all of this. Right now, they're working like against each other. Or he's certainly working against her. He feels like, at least, whether she's intending that or not, they are working against each other right now and not as a team. If you're going to get a sitter, like, tag team this, turn it into something that you guys use as like actual quality time. Candy Thunder, if you and I had a day to like tackle the yard, just you and me, and we didn't have any other responsibilities to mess with during that time, that would be quality time for us. We would turn that into something fun for us. There are opportunities here. There are lots of solutions ahead. I don't know that you're headed toward one right now, OP. I don't know that the approach that you're taking right now is going to lead to a happy, positive solution. I think it's just going to lead to more trouble. So, what in the blubbins was that? He's out there on like a 50.
Yeah, that's literally what's happening. And he, like,
One of those miniature bikes. At least she did say the yard work is too hard. And I'm sure she's, meaning physically or maybe it's hot. I don't know. But to understand the situation that's been put in front of her, there are solutions. And a solution for her would be to prove him wrong, because right now he's calling her out and saying everything she's doing isn't difficult. And for him, it's taking a different approach to say, hey, let's do this together, instead of like, I need me time. I'm taking a day for me. He's got a case of the memes. Not saying he's wrong in what he's feeling, but he's entirely focused on himself and not them as a family. Hey, Jeremy, thanks so much for all the shares there. Sergeant Mac, he's missing an opportunity to get some new yard tools. Hey-o, there you go. There you go. So the question is, am I the astronaut for calling my wife out for never doing the hard chores, which just kind of reminds me of that whole part of it. Yeah, I think you are. Not that it's fair, not that it's balanced, but the way you're going about it is not going to be a productive way. So I'm going to say you should have done this differently. Not you definitely shouldn't have done it. It should have just been done in a different way. And doing that in a way where you guys can solve something together, and not planting a flag and saying me. I think it's going to actually move you toward a solution. The Effulgent one, just get a boat. Get a goat. I think he said boat. I was like, what's a boat going to solve? The Effulgent one, yes, a goat. Just get a goat. There you go. Preferably a fainting goat, because I really want one. Hey, Celeste Riggs, Ben, Amanda Rose, get jazzy on it, dropping all the paper cranes. All of them. Linda E. Montalvo. Candy Thunder dropping some paper cranes as well. Meg's World. Michelle. Twinkle says. Michelle again there. Trisha Nest. Lexi Twinkle Toes. Jerry Lee. Mandy. Get jazzy on it with more paper cranes. You rocked it. You rocked it. Wait, it still says 174, but it says... Oh, that was different. Hey, Paula with the SEK fit. He says, if she thinks her chores are harder, why won't she change with them? It's a good point. And I think it would be a really good idea. I think it'd be a damn good idea. Tony, it said it was hit, and then it said it's only at 174. But it says it's achieved on your side. How am I lagging? I don't know what's happening. Hey, Celeste Riggs with the dolphin. Steffi with the Lucy the llama. Heck yeah. Thanks so much for that. You guys hit a goal here. Let's talk about it for a second. Elise, I don't know. I pay someone to do yard work. It's worth my time to pay somebody. Always looking at their ROI. Once upon a time, we did the same. But then I think we had to tighten up, and we ended up getting a hand-me-down mower from her dad. So now I get to use that. I was excited about it. This is your turn. Heck yeah. It's fun. I might get too passionate about the yard during mowing season, as Candy Thunder might agree with. In no particular order here, get jazzy on it. Meloso, J Puff, Overkill Mill, Aunt Sue, Seawall Baby, Meg's World, Tony Spark, Classic Anime Queen, The Funny Farm, Adventures with Pam, Candy Thunder, Trisha Nest, I Am Gen X Mama Bear, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Real Broad Zuback, Mags Mazing, My Husband Calls Me, well, show me the rest of it. Hoorn 2010, Lady of Oz, Mama Says So, Lexi Twinkle Toes, Ms. MX Phoenix Bricks, J Sweet 1023. We've got Messin 01 and Hoddoxen, Savage AF, and Jennifer Jago. Thank y'all so much for the love. The next one we're going to set up is... What am I setting up? Oh, yeah. For Caden Thunder and a cake story? Holy cow. I think I've got like 5 spam calls during this stream. It's wild. There we go. We are going for Tiny Dinies, gents and ladies. It is pinned. Tis pinned. Teenagers always want to earn money. Yeah, truth. I did. I worked all summer mowing yards until I was old enough to work at Bill's Drive-In in the kitchen. Caden in a Hot Pocket. There you go. I don't think we have any Hot Pockets up here. All right. Where am I heading toward now, Tony Spark? What is it? Spicy mother-in-law story. All right. Deal. Deal. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gents, we have another one of these. Spicy story. Hot off the interwebs. This one is titled Mother and Mother-in-Law Are Destroying My Life and Targeting My Kids. Mother and mother-in-law are destroying my life and targeting my kids. It's not really something we can apply the poll to, so I'll just dive right in. Hello, everyone. I'm new here and could use some advice. My mother-in-law, 80, is a real actress. In front of other people, including my own parents, she plays the sweet old lady. But behind closed doors, she is very dominant and wants to dictate everything. Example, she constantly tries to kiss the children on the mouth or eat from the same cutlery, which I don't want for hygiene reasons. She does it anyway. She drove us into debt, forced my then fiance, now husband, to take over his parents' house because she wanted to move into her dream house, and acted as if it was in great condition. My old sick father-in-law didn't really want to move away, but she controlled him so much that he agreed and died shortly after the move. We later found out that she had deliberately hidden defects in the house from us, otherwise we wouldn't have taken over the house, and we are now in debt because the very expensive repairs, my retirement savings, and my inheritance are gone. Damn. She constantly exceeds all the limits that I set, and it is now also affecting the health of my 3 children. We already had the problem with our first and second child that she wanted to take the two children to the playground. In reality, she took them to a restaurant and fed them a second lunch. She persuaded the children not to tell me or my husband about it. It finally came to light when the children suddenly started gaining weight and our oldest child confided in us. I broke off contact at that time, but everyone begged me to give her another chance. She was in tears and vowed never to do that again. 2 years later, she repeated that behavior with our third child by constantly pushing sweets into her. I then got the pediatrician on board, whereupon, out of spite, she started baking multi-tiered cakes every week and served it to the children. I then broke off contact completely. I have asked my husband so many times to help me and the children, but he is like his father. His mother and his sister can do anything with him, and he doesn't dare say anything. My children are now back to normal weight, and my life has become so much calmer if it weren't for my mother and my husband. They admit that my mother-in-law's behavior was not okay, but now they claim that I, gasp, clutches pearls, would torture my mother-in-law through no contact, and that you can't do that to an old woman. My mother knows the whole story of what my mother-in-law did and still stands by her. It has now gotten to the point where my mother talks to mother-in-law on the phone behind my back. They visit each other, and my mother-in-law brings my mother brings mother-in-law gifts. Of course, the mother-in-law is acting out in front of my mother again and acts totally weak and destroyed. My own mother now treats me as if I were her enemy, and she verbally attacks me even in front of my children. My husband is a coward and stays out of everything. My father agrees with me, but won't help me. He even goes with my mother to visit my mother-in-law. Mother-in-law talks bad things about me to other people, and everyone believes her since she is. Finally got hardcore stumped for the day. There it was. Let's try this again, shall we? Mother-in-law talks bad things about me to other people, and everyone believes her since she is such a sweet lady who goes to church every Sunday. Yes! Nailed it. What should I do now? Also go no contact with my mother? Sorry for the rant and the long text, but this had to get out. OP must feel like she's taking crazy pills. She's got to feel like she just doesn't even know what is happening. But you know what? We're going to get some help with this feedback because we have the one, the only, the sweet like candy every damn day, Candy Thunder. Oh my God.
You're so sweet.
We got
So
the red
you have
light, so you're
loud-
Spicy Thunder today.
Spicy Candy Thunder. Always. This is like my worst nightmare. To know that somebody is like acting like this. Like I can see what they're doing. This is like the ultimate form of gaslighting, right? Like she's doing all this stuff that she knows OP hates and then pretending like it's out of love and
Don't hurt me.
yeah.
I'm just a frail old woman.
Like this is literally my worst nightmare to like see what's happening and then everyone else not see it.
But there has to be this element to it that is like, because everyone else is seeing something different, not just some people, everyone, where she has to be questioning her own reality and being like, am I being a huge asshole here? Is she really, is this innocent?
Well, and she has no one in her corner.
Yeah.
Her husband is like, I'm out. Like, you can't do that, dude. Come on. Like, you have to step up and
Truth.
help with whatever's going on. Like, help your wife not go crazy because if our moms were baking 3-tiered cakes for our kids every day, I would have a problem with that. I don't think that they would ever do that, but I would have a
If they were taking
problem
them
with
for
that.
second lunch every day.
Yeah, I would have a problem with that. I don't think the things that she's asking them not to do are unreasonable, but it's like when this mother-in-law gets called out on stuff, she just completely like changes
Help, my father.
Yeah. She hits
Every
her,
time.
She hits her life alert button and she's like, hey. I'm like, I don't
Wait. Every time she gets confronted, she's like, where am I?
Yeah. She's
Like
I
immediately
don't-
just starts putting on an act of like anything she possibly could have. She just embodies it right then. What's your name, dearie?
Yeah. Okay. Laura says husband knows exactly how manipulative his mom can
He's
be.
got to.
So that's
He
why
grew up with her.
he knows that there is no win in this situation. But instead of having his wife's back, he's just like, nah, hands off, hands off.
Well, the other
and
side
not
of that
supporting
is
her.
that his mother she's 80, right?
Right.
And her husband, his father, passed.
Being 80 does not mean
No.
that you cannot be an asshole, because I
No,
I have
no.
seen it in real life.
No, but I know that there's the guilt that is attached to her age and her
For sure.
potential proximity to end of life, right? So he's like, oh, I especially can't do it now. I mean, she's 80 years old, and she plays the role of the fragile old lady so well. At least we
Right.
think she plays the role. There is a version of this where OP is actually like seeing more than is there.
I mean, sure, she could be, but if I were to ask my mom to not do something, and then my mom went and did the one thing that was actually causing me harm, I'd have a problem with
And
that.
then told the kids not to tell you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then talk shit on me to my kids, like that's a one-way, do not pass go, do not collect $200, get out of my life kind of thing. Like that's
You have to exchange your $200 for 200 fuck yous.
yeah, that's a
Navy Thunder's not here anymore. I could say that.
my mom would never do this. I know that. My mom sees through bullshit very, very easily. She has an eye for it. But damn, I don't know if I was being gaslit this hard by an elderly woman. I mean, that sounds like I don't even know what I would do. I don't even know how you would. I mean, I would assume that this woman has been like this her entire life.
You would need.
She does what she wants,
Yeah.
and when she gets in trouble, she's like, "Oh, but I didn't mean it that way. I meant it in a good way." Well, it doesn't matter how you meant it. How it came across was this, and we need to find some common ground so that this does not happen again.
The only way that you could pivot this at all is if you had your partner in your corner, though, because it has to be a confrontation, and it has to be, look, unless this shit changes now, you will never see our children again.
Right.
Sorry, we have no choice but to go no contact if these things don't change. Then grandma at least has a crystal clear picture of what's at risk. And if she chooses to continue, come what may.
I don't know. I've seen, like firsthand, I've seen a mom act like this in around the same age. And, the person that I know that is their child is like, I'm just hands off because I can't be involved, because I know that every time I try to get involved, my words get twisted, everything gets construed, and people get angry at one another. And she's just at the center of this, causing all sorts of issues. So I know, like, I've seen it firsthand, and I know that
So you've been
age
trained to
has no
keep-
factor here.
to
Age
keep
has
different.
no factor.
Yeah, you train people to keep their distance whenever you
Right.
start shit every time they come near you.
Yeah. And so at this point, this person is like, I can't take phone calls. I can't be involved. I can't help in this way because it puts too much strain on my life. And if OP is at that point, then she has a decision to make. Do I want to stay married to someone that isn't supporting me? Or do I need to talk to this man and say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is how I feel. I need your support. Like, this is the part in our marriage where I need you on my side. I need you to understand me, and I need your support in this matter. If I don't have that, it's going to cause resentment, and it's going to lead to a path that I don't want to walk down. So this is where I'm at. This is how I feel.
I think.
How do you want to move forward?
You have to detail that path, though. There has to be an "or this happens" for him to take it seriously.
I wouldn't jump straight to ultimatum. I would jump to sharing exactly how I feel without sugarcoating.
I don't think it's an ultimatum. I think it's a boundary, which has some kind of, if you take this action,
Right.
It's not an ultimatum because it's. I guess it is. What's the difference between an ultimatum and a boundary? I guess that's the question. Because she's saying if this is the line you shall not cross again, and if you do, this will happen.
Right.
But what's
I
the
would-
difference between that and an ultimatum?
I wouldn't give the if that then this. Like, I wouldn't give that at the first. At first, I would just want to have that conversation that's like, look, you can't just be hands off. You have to be involved. This is your mother. These are your kids. I am your wife. Like, we are in this together as a family. this is your family. This is your immediate family. Like once you get married, immediate family becomes the family that you create. Extended family becomes the other, like you leave your family and start a new one. And so he's done that. He's made that choice. Fucking own up and be there for her. And at least open the conversation.
Yeah.
Because in what I'm seeing from this is that he's just like, meh. I don't know.
Lola, I love that autocorrect is turning ultimatums into all tomatoes.
Oh.
And it's done it on 2 separate comments, and I friggin' love it. It's
It
hilarious.
says, boundaries are what you will do. Ultimatums force a person to choose.
All tomatoes force a person to choose. I mean, you got Roma, you got cherry tomatoes, you got, I'm sure,
So would you guys
other tomatoes.
Would you guys heirloom tomatoes? I've got regular tomatoes. That's like Phoebe when she's like, I'm counting the types of celery. I have regular celery. There we go. So what would you guys do?
Tomatoes.
Would you, at this point, are you forcing the ultimatum or are you having the conversation and then seeing where that leads? See if that causes change. Or are you going straight to, if that, then this?
Tomato combo, tomato stew,
Are you forcing the tomato or are you not?
tomato sandwich, fried tomato, fried green tomato.
Regular celery. This is a shirt. I don't know if I can stand back far enough to show you. the
Give it up,
bottom.
pick you up.
No, don't pick me up. This is a shirt. This is a shirt from American Eagle. You forced my tomato.
Don't make me using all tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't think at this point you have. Your mom is like, mother-in-law has probably been like this her entire life. But what the fuck is your mom doing?
Yeah.
Like, what is she trying to do here?
It
Like,
feels very
what-
Game of Thronesy.
It just feels like, yeah, like what's your end game, mom?
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
What is the forced alliance? Like what is her end game? Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't want to be your end game.
Katie Thompson says maybe an anonymous phone call to her doctor that she can't drive anymore. Oh man.
Yeah, it is. Enforce your boundaries. All right, guys. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Candy Thunder.
I don't have any Navy tidbits.
Navy didn't do anything hilarious the rest of the time. I'm sure she did. Sure she did.
I said drumming on the glass.
Oh.
So I was like, what is that noise? And I turn around and Navy's like
Oh, she
on my back window.
she had the drumsticks on the car windows. I forgot she took them with her. Oh man.
And then she was trying to use the drumsticks to.
Sonia, you know what? You bring up a really good point here. Says I disconnected from the story when she said she lost her inheritance. So grandma tricking them into this, which is again her perception is that grandma intentionally hid that. And then you guys ended up being in financial ruins from it. Basically, if it took everything that you had, specifically inheritance, which shouldn't have ever been taken, it is a completely different kind of story. And there has to be like a strong and urgent boundary to your husband to say, here's the plan. Here's what's going to happen. Grandma ain't coming around no more. And this house, like you guys got to get out from that and hopefully turn a profit on it that you would receive to recoup your inheritance and your retirement fund. I think that lit a bit of a fire with Candy Thunder here. Here she is. She's back.
I completely forgot about that part since it was the first part of the story. But yeah, fuck it. Ultimatum. You're done. You've lost. What do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah.
Because right now you're just being sucked dry. 0 is greater than -1. And your husband is proving that time and time again by doing things that are putting your family in harm's way. Like he's choosing his mom is actually harming your family.
Yeah.
And so at this
Yeah,
point,
that's
it's
true.
straight ultimatum.
Yeah.
You can't go back from that. That's no. She's lost it all trying to sink into the stuff that mother-in-law left them with. That's done.
It's more than one area now. It's not just like with spoiling the kids. It's not just that area anymore. The other area is the financial
I completely
aspect
forgot
of it.
about the financial part of it. Yeah,
Thanks for the reminder, Sonia.
that is 2 strikes.
Yeah.
You're done. I don't wait for the third. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm done. Yeah. No, it's between the kids and losing money. Like that's, and then her still playing the victim. That's when I'd be like, okay, you want to see how crazy I can be? Let's be crazy.
Well,
I'll
hey-
be crazy right on your level, lady. Let's go.
I love this. United Snorts of America says he is a
Bizzo.
he's a bizzo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's that actually tracks. That tracks.
We just we had a story about a mother-in-law telling kids not to say something to the parents, and that is in no situation is that 100%, like that's never okay. It's completely unacceptable behavior to tell a kid not to tell their parents something.
Yeah, and to do that on multiple occasions, like every day. You're choosing your side when you do that.
Yeah. Hubby needs to stand up and make a decision,
He needs to be.
or he's going to get left behind.
Hubby needs to actually fulfill his role.
Yes, I agree.
Do your duty.
All right,
dude.
thank you to whoever brought that point up because we completely forgot to touch on that.
Muchas
Okay,
gracias.
second bye-bye.
Second bye-bye. What about second breakfast? Onesies, twosies. At least, I mean, I feel like she has a lot of strikes. Oh, for sure. But it's now like it's like her mother-in-law worked for the CIA or something and like is using her tactics of country destabilization, but for their marriage. She's destroying it from the inside. Ashley Marie. Hey, likes goal. We're at 93% right now. We're just a little ways off. We're at 600 of 2K on the Tiny Dinies. It is 501. Have we hit anything that I need to make good on right now, Tony Spark? Okay. Say that again. I will read one more. Sure. We'll go a little bit long here. You all right with that? You guys got one more in you? It was a weird thing to say. We got to do the encore. Should I play music and then leave and then walk back in? Is that what I should do? We should do an encore. All right, I'll dive in. Here we go. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with another AITA story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for not helping out when I was a guest at my in-laws? Since we're going long, skipping the poll, jumping right in. Skipping the poll. Okay. So I have this theory, maybe faulty, that when one hosts a dinner party, the host does everything and the guests relax. Whenever I have guests over, I don't want them helping me set the table or doing the dishes. I want them to have fun and drink and enjoy. I was recently at my in-laws. My mother-in-law cooked up a storm and ran frantically in and out of the kitchen with various dishes, etc. I ate, took my plate to the kitchen, rinsed it off, and then I saw my father-in-law sitting watching the game on TV. So I sat with him and chatted, sipping wine. When we got home, my husband was really upset that I did not help his mom bring out the dishes or clean up after the dinner. I was surprised and said, I'm the guest. When she is over at our house, I don't ask her. He said, but she always offers. You should have offered. I said, but I don't feel like doing housework when I'm a guest at someone's house. I really don't like cooking and usually order takeout when I have guests. My husband said, this is not some stranger. This is family. You don't see how tired my mom was? Everyone was helping and you just sat there and drank like a spoiled princess. Uh-oh. Completely unnecessary jab that might get you into trouble here. He likes to bring that up because I'm an only child and maybe I am a little spoiled. When I brought up his father and how the father was not helping, he got even angrier. So I don't know, maybe I'm in the wrong here, but I don't want to be handling dishes and stuff when I'm tipsy. Ages for those who are interested, me and my husband are 45, both. Mother and father-in-law are about 70. Edit. People asking me if my husband helped. Yes, he did, but he just needed to carry plates from the table to the kitchen. Women were expected to help prep the food, and I am not great at cutting food or cooking. Update. Thanks for the comments. I'm a bit spoiled and a bit of a princess, and now I realize that. Can I offer to help but put up boundaries? Like I don't like prepping food. I can carry stuff to and from the kitchen. Like one time my mother-in-law asked me to cut vegetables, and it was very difficult, and I could hear that she was getting a little frustrated and said, it's okay, I'll do it myself. Hey, Cake the Rogue, for informing us here, likes goal met. Hell yeah, way to go, ladies and gents. Nice work, hitting the likes goal. You made it. Look, finger cramps will begin shortly. Women are expected. But also, Mrs. Toad, you're right, a learned helplessness. Or maybe a preference, right? Maybe just a preference. She doesn't like to do that kind of stuff. I think what we're really witnessing here is kind of a clash of cultures, right? Because OP to OP's husband, is that right? Husband, yes. OP's husband grew up this way, where it's the done thing, where you help, you offer to pitch in and you jump in, and typically the ladies would all jump in and help get things prepped and moved over. It is very similar with our families, because I'm sure you know where we're from and where our families are from and how they were brought up, and that continues. But it has changed where you know the guys jump in just as much. It's not a female male thing. But like, I also wouldn't expect someone who is brand new to that situation to just do what they do. I feel like there's a little bit of an unreasonable expectation on both sides, right? I mean, yeah, you probably should want to offer to help and to be a part of that family, but also that's not something you're familiar with or used to doing your whole life. So it's all new and foreign, and your partner should be a little bit understanding about that too. Now, when he brought it up, I feel like when he brought it up, if I were you, I'd be like, oh crap, I didn't realize that's what was happening here. Could you fill me in? What do I need to know? But he didn't really do that in a great way. He didn't help himself with his explanations and him getting angrier and angrier and angrier. That did not, the explanation, the pitch didn't work out so well. Pitch was not so good, maybe. How long have they been together? Let me find out. I don't know that she didn't mention. They're both 45.
This is the one where I was talking to you about earlier about how I saw the ages and it changed my view of the story.
Because you thought it'd be somebody really young. Yeah.
Like if somebody's just married and they're 22, 23 years old, maybe that's a little bit different and they've never been through that. The fact that she calls herself a spoiled princess and she's 45 years old is a little bit like, I would think, and especially this can't be the first time they've ever been to dinner over there. So maybe it's like a snowballing effect with the husband where he's like, okay, you never offer to help. Like, you could at least offer even if you're not going to do it.
Yeah. But then there's also like, if you look at this as a community, as the house full of people, you know, who typically would have the role of inducting a new person into how we do things, right? I almost envision that being like a matriarchal kind of duty, or a patriarchal. Like, it could be one of the elders who is like, here, sweetie, let me show you how we do things. And show them how they do things. There could be that kind of thing. Instead, it was just kind of an assumption on his part where he's like, you don't do this thing you're supposed to do. And it sucks. Candy Thunder's got a hot take?
No, not a hot take.
Hey, the heat lamps are still on. Bring the heat.
No, I don't.
Bring the heat, Candy Thunder.
I don't have any heat.
Bring the spice.
I am. I do want to say, so whenever we go to like Dusty's family functions, your mom prefers to do it all. Like when you get there, the buffet is set, the plates are ready. Like, she does it all. I don't know how she does it because everything is always delicious. And she's like, no, I got it. I'll take care of it. I'll get this. I'll get that. But she buys like the nicer plates that you can throw away or you can reuse if you want to. Mm-hmm. And she does things that help her with the cleanup stuff. But it was very hard for me whenever I walked in and like I didn't need to like clean my stuff and like put this away or like clean up the kitchen after it was done, because at my family thing, it's like when you get there, you're still prepping, you're still cooking. Yeah. Everyone helps, and then whenever dinner is done, everyone helps clean up and put away. And like we kind of alternate. Like if my sister will do it, or her husband will do it, or we'll do it, but. Like, that's how I was raised, to pitch in. But you were also raised to pitch in. But at your mom's house, like, it's your mom prefers to do it.
Yeah.
But your dad is such a huge help to your mom. Like, they tag team it together.
They're a team. They're for sure a team. But yeah, I was raised in a way where it was you stay the F out of my kitchen, not jump in and help. Right.
And I will say that I run around frantic when we have people over and we're hosting. But at the same time, I'm running around frantically, but I don't need someone to jump in because
That's true.
It's easier if I know what I'm doing. I know where my things are at. So it's like I can bam, 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 knock stuff out. But like they'll always jump in on the cleaning part. And so I would never not offer to help. I would always offer to help because I just feel like that's how I was raised. That's what I was taught. Like you pitch in and help because it's not somebody else's responsibility. If they decline, then that's their choice. But you do offer to help, and I feel like she.
So
should
what if
have
they?
offered.
Okay, so if they decline? So what if she? She's declining. Does that make her an asshole?
Who's declining?
She is. She's. Oh, you're saying you should offer, and then if they decline, but she.
Yeah.
So you're saying she is the asshole here.
I think that he sucks more than her because how he went about this was not. I would love to know how long they have been together, but I do think that he sucks more. Calling her an entitled princess is.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
I mean, you don't have to resort to name calling. All you had to say was walk up to your wife and be like, "Hey, can you do this?"
Meanwhile, he carried some
And
plates,
that's
and
it.
that was it, right? So. And then when she mentioned his dad, he was like, "Oh."
Yeah. And just to say, if you have 4 people cleaning a kitchen, you're going to get it done in a lot quicker way than if you have 2 people cleaning. So
Right.
Why did those 2 people? Yeah. There is a little bit of like underhanded, in my opinion, misogyny in his entitled princess comment. But
I don't think it's so underhanded. I mean, it was the women are expected to do this.
and I don't like that. And we don't play that game at family functions. We just don't. Like your mom and dad are together 50-50 doing their shit and they knock it out of the park every single time. But
I found some comments.
your dad would never shy away from helping.
Tony Spark found some comments. Let's hear them.
Well, for a second, okay. So first off, to answer the question, they've been together for around 20 years. They just had their 20th.
They've been together
This
for
is not
years.
new information then.
So here's one comment. She says, I would have done the dishes, but the last time I was there, I didn't do them correctly, and my mother-in-law told me to just rinse them and leave them in the sink. I don't know. I load and unload the dishwasher in my own house all the time, but she didn't like the way I did it the last few times I was over there. She also has another comment that says, talking about her mother-in-law,
That didn't work.
saying,
Sorry, I was trying to use behind the scenes.
she's not family. She's not my mom. She's my husband's mom. And I get it. If you love to cook, then don't ask other people to help you with said cooking, especially female guests.
Especially female guests.
Then she says,
So she's turning it backward.
yeah, then she says, I'm just fed up at this point. It's been 20 years. They should get used to me by now, but they're not. We have these fights every time we visit in-laws, and I use every excuse to not visit them. Then my mother-in-law calls me and says she misses me and that it's not right. My husband is there by himself all the time.
It's a Kobayashi Maru.
So quick question after hearing that. Do we think that the comments are the husband's or do we think that the comments are the mom through the husband?
I think it's both. I think they share their opinion there, and I think that's a team effort, right?
She can't win.
no.
Like she tried. They didn't like the way she
But
did
also,
it.
you know, she's sitting here saying it's been 20 years. They should get used to me, girl. They are sitting over there saying the same thing about you. They're like, it's been 20 years. She should be used to us by now. So there's an unwilling expectation on both sides here.
Yeah.
If you could all just be grown ass people and have a discussion face to face and be like, okay, here's how I am
for
willing
God's
to help,
sake.
but I'm not comfortable with XYZ. Cool.
Assign her. I mean, like not assign, but like if you're not good at doing dishes, then put away the food in like containers so that it's like make the leftovers. Like I don't know. There's so many different things that you could do.
hubby be like, here,
Clean the counters,
I'll
like-
show you how to do XYZ next time we're there. And it'll be like, I'll teach you this one thing and it can be a positive experience for both of us. But no, it's just this.
I don't know. Definitely ESH if they've been married for 20 years.
It's war. Yep.
This is petty. This is petty arguing.
Petty Thunder, can we do it? Do it. Do Petty Thunder. Oh, yeah.
This is not a hill to die on. Just help clean, all 4 of you, mom, dad, OP, and her husband. Everybody cleans. Everybody finishes in 15 minutes instead of 45. Whatever. Just stop. Just stop.
Stop. Just
Quit
stop.
it.
All right, ladies and gents, that is us for the day. I'm going to get some music rocking here as we take it out and give you some outro notes. Candy Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, she'll be on VIP here shortly, as will I, in about 10, 15 minutes. What is that?
Just lay down on the cot back there.
You're going to go, she'll be asleep at the beginning of the VIP stream. Yeah. Then, Then when that TikTok puzzle shows up, that's what it's for. It's where you're falling asleep. You know what I mean? All right, let's get some outro notes going on here. The next live stream will be this coming Sunday, October 6th at 9 p.m. Central. Still at 9 p.m. normal time. And will be on next Wednesday, October 9th, Caden Thunder's birthday. Next Wednesday, the stream will be Caden Thunder's birthday stream. That'll be a hell of a good time. Again, make sure you check out the YouTube side. Also, we have new stuff on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the other podcast channels there. See our VIPs in the VIP Live coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes. Much love. Mwah, mwah. See you next time.